next and final presentation before awards is Martin Saukums, is a technical lead with over 10 years of experience in the e-commerce world, specializing in custom B2B solutions. At the Kerry company, he's led the implementation of complex purchasing systems, including multi-location warehouses and split shipment functionality, improving customer visibility and delivery processes. In today's session, Martins will share how his team tackled challenges to create a more efficient and seamless purchasing experience for B2B customers. So everybody welcome Martin Saukums.
Thank you. That was really great introduction. I think I can also delete my first slide then. But yeah, my name is Martins, and I had been in Magento ecosystem for almost 10 years now, working on multiple big Magento agencies, and now for the last 2 years, I switched working on merchant end. And it was an eye-opening experience for me. When I started, I didn't realize how much different it will be to work on the same project day in and day out. But that gives you ability to understand the company much better and give your customers to provide the best solution. And also you understand the product much better, so you can tweak everything around and have a better grasp on what's going on. Also, with having a dedicated team of developers that knows the product inside and out, you can have much more quality time to spend on building a really customized solutions that really fits the company's needs and can serve the customers. And one other good thing about working on merchant, then you don't have anyone else to blame on about your code. It's you or the third-party code you install. So today I'm excited to share how we leverage insights to make the experience much better for the purchasing. A little bit about our company. Established in 1895, and we specialize in containers, spill control, and filtration system products. We serve countless industries across our 9 warehouses in USA and Canada. And we try to ensure we meet our B2B clients' needs based on them. Our company isn't just about products, it's about customer service. We have over 17,000 products in stock, and we try to provide the best service possible. Over the years, we had invested heavily in our offline purchasing experience, where customers can call in, and then the sales reps can help out to find the best solution that fits the client needs. So, based on that, we began to explore how we can bring this professionalism to our online purchasing experience. This involved taking a bit step backwards because we wanted to go through the whole customer journey and truly understand what's happening there. Because our goal was not to just provide some fix and easy solution. We wanted to really understand what's keeping us back, and because we wanted to provide the same high standards we strive across our offline purchasing experience in all other touch points in the company. So instead of going the route of replatforming or retaming, we understood that our side needs to be more engaged with the customer. So we started to achieve this by implementing solutions that creates a streamlined purchasing experience, personalized communication with the customer, and efficient logistics and fulfillment. We understand that these are the things that needs to be improved in our side. In B2B commerce, it's often to see that there are inconsistencies between the sales channels because it has a disconnect between all the other like sales points. For example, logistics, fulfillment, and sales, they aren't sometimes synced all across the board in online, because there might be a case when a customer orders something, they assume that it's available nearby, but it hasn't been synced over. So false leads, and customer has some delays in order delivery, so that's really not acceptable. So we need to do something about it. In our first iteration, we did something really, really small, but I think it was really worth it. We showed the availability across all our warehouses for the product. I think it's like displaying it was a really big step forward because we give because it impacts the customer's decision making. He now understands which product is located where and how much quantity we have, and based on that, you don't need to call in and ask and inquire where it's located, when it will be delivered, it's all available. And it's one simple thing, and it improved experience a lot. So in real action, so we created index that updates the product attribute in stock, out stock. And then when you go and hover over, it loads everything with Ajax, because we want to keep our product listing page and detail page load times below 3 seconds. So sounds great. Everything's sorted out. We have everything improved. The speed is up to date, and the site is professional. So like everything accomplished, but not here. While this solution significantly enhanced our purchasing experience, it wasn't. We understood that there's something else, so we started to dig deeper, and we understand that we need to optimize the whole customer journey and create a seamless experience across it. And that goes beyond only the stock status. So when I started to work in a carrier company, our CEO had a vision that we need to have ability to have some kind of store selector, where customer can have to pick their warehouses and understand, and that also should be impacting all other decisions, for example, products and delivery. So we started to double check how we can do it. In today's landscape, it looks like all merchants that are multi-location has some kind of store locator. It's now starting to be a must-have thing. So as we wanted to streamline the purchasing experience, we also needed one that was just a must-have. So we also understand that without knowing the customer's location in advance, we can provide the best delivery and product recommendations before customer reaches the checkout. And that's sometimes too late for us. So the first iteration was to build some simple warehouse selector, we call it like that. Customer logs in, we sort all the warehouses that we have based on proximity, and provide the list of them to the customer. So then customer can go in and manually adjust them if needed. One simple thing, and I think experience improved a lot. So with this basic functionality, we laid a foundation that sets the future stage for our ongoing things that we are going to do on the site. So based on the location, there are a lot of tools how to detect the proximity. You can install databases, you can install third-party models, but I'm always trying to stay away from adding something more on the site. So therefore, there's Fastly, because we have Magento Cloud, and it's super great. It provides a ton of functionality. You can get the customer zip code, even the zip codes and longitude, latitude as well, based on the Fastly. So you don't need any other module for that. After we had the customer's location, we then can sort our warehouses based on calculate how far away they are. So this gives a customer better understanding what's there nearby, and for us to truly understand what we can suggest them later. Once the warehouse selector was done, we understood that we also can implement it on the search page, because we use Algolia, and it also allows based on proximity. But we have one catch in our site. Not all the products are available in the same warehouses. For example, there can be one in California that sells pails, and another one only sells buckets. So we needed to come up with some custom rules that shows the more relevant up top, but also taking account location. And our marketing team did a great job on that one, so we addressed that. Also, while we started to review our sales data, we understood that there are cases, for example, when customer from California is purchasing something, and he expects that it will be delivered from his location. But later we found out that the quantity wasn't taken in account in the shipping decision. So then it was a bad experience. Our sales rep needed to call them back and provide better solutions. To address this complex thing, we started to brainstorm how we can do it and how we can get everything sorted out earlier in the stage, because once we have the checkout, it's too late. Customer sees the delivery price, and sometimes they just drop off. So we definitely needed to change it, because our shipping prices take a big amount of our order totals. And as I mentioned, sometimes we noticed the customer had bounced off in the checkout seeing the price. And then sales reps call them back and calculates manually what's the best deal that they can, do it. So maybe because they have more insights about it from our ERP system. And also during the pandemic, we faced a lot of challenges like everyone. There was a slowdown in delivery, unknown lead times, and even, some customers called us in and told, hey, ship what you have now because we need it for running the business. And then remaining later, please. There was the case. So that also struck us that there is something that we can do it and we can remove that complexity from our salespersons, and we can just make the website do it. So we started to experience with it. We had the first idea to just create two options for the add to cart. So we can decide if you want to ship it faster or cheaper. But as you know, once you lay down a project, there are even more steps involved. It always grows. So here is an example. For example, customer is he has warehouse in a Salt Lake City selected as preferred. And he only has 2 available quantity in there. But he wants 48 now. So now instead of, for example, as previously he would just purchase it and didn't know that we don't have those 48 there, we now give him an option to ship from Livermore, which is nearby if he needs it really ASAP. Or we can just only reduce the quantity of what we have, or we ship 2 available now and then back order them. Or we also can, just to reduce the shipping costs, we can do the whole back order thing. Or also ship what's now from the Salt Lake and then the rest from the Livermore. Because in some cases it also makes sense when you have the bigger products, for example, some pails and buckets, it makes sense that you only 2 will be shipped from the local. Because he might also want to pick it up in the checkout to do a local pickup. So this illustrates the diagram how it works. At first, we wanted to reduce the functionality only to show when the preferred warehouse match the quantity there. Because we didn't want to flood the customer experience that it triggers on every request now. So what happens is we check if the preferred warehouse has enough quantity. It adds to cart, really easy. If not, then we check if other warehouses have it. You can ship it from multi-warehouses. Or we also check if there are another single one nearby, or do some other back order, reduce the quantity, and some simple stuff. Everything sounds easy to implement it, but not in our store, because, as you know, there are a lot of things to evaluate. Our website has a lot of modifications already for add to cart. So we have products with different quantity increment, different minimum quantity increment that also can be different from the below quantity increment that we also allow. And also some products we sell only in pallets or case packs. And even some of them are dropship. So everything needs to be validated before we show the pop-up. So this is something in action. So for example, customer wants 168, but it's only 86 available. Simple case, but it shows up that 3 options there, and customer choose to back order 2 remaining. And we just show the customer 1 product, but theoretically there are 2 separate ones added to the cart, because you want to do everything before checkout. Pretty easy. There we highlighted that 2 will be shipped from Glendale and 2 will be back ordered. But sometimes it can happen that during the cart process, we update the quantity. So we also need to evaluate it in the checkout step. And we notify the customer, hey, we have them on your warehouse, so let's just ship it now. And you can do it, and it updates whole product. This is a simple illustration how it looks now in the add to cart action. So to make it simple and performant, we did everything in JavaScript, because there are so many touch points in Magento where you can add the quantity or change it. For example, even the wish list, even the cart page, or quick order, all need to work. Or even edit page from the cart that I didn't even think about at the beginning. all need to be working, and that's why we utilize the JavaScript. So once the customer finally understands what he wants, we fetch an API for the available quantities, and then we check, do it need to be split shipped or not? If so, we arrange all the stocks and sort by proximity. We calculate the options that we are showing for the customer to choose from, as you see earlier. And we then display it, we collect the choice, and we adjust the request and add to quote. And obviously, we validate it with PHP later on. So all sounds good, but why it took us so long? Because, you know, as it's B2B, there are a lot of touch points there. We need to make sure that it communicates with ERP well, that everything will be synced up. All salespersons are OK with that solution, and even that the syncing works. Plus, it was really a tough decision to decide what exact options do we need. And on the technical process, it was like really hard to understand it, the whole points where we should integrate them. And the goal was to make it simple and extendable, and that also it works through the upgrades, because you know, like sometimes you make this cool feature, you hit the update and nothing works, you know. But we haven't, like, the thing is that we haven't disabled it since, and that's a cool thing. And the upgrades also worked fine. And there's another catch. So working on this thing, I understand that without tests, it will be a nightmare. At first, we could test it because there were some options. It was testable, but once you add all those things, the quantity increments and all the calculations, it wasn't being possible to test it with all the changes, because one developer started to do something and it broke some other things, as usual. Yeah. But at the first, I was really skeptical about running some tests, but after we started to set them up properly, it was a game changer for us. And for the tests, we use Cypress. I heard that a lot of people are using it, and it's really great. I also suggest to just check it out. At the beginning, it's really hard to set it up and get the grasp of it, how to work. But once you get up to speed, it's really good. So we created 25 test files and 60 cases for only the one feature. At the beginning, we spent a ton of time setting it up because we wanted to make sure that it runs on Magento Cloud, but there were some hiccups with Fastly, and some doesn't load, and we spent a lot of time there. But it's paid off in a year, because we update something, we run it, everything is fine, we understand that everything is good. So based on that, a bit of from our Cypress screen, what we have here. Here are the test files that we're running, and also the specifications there. We have clearly identified what's happening there, so it's really so every developer can understand what's going on. So what exactly made it complex? So as I mentioned, we had a lot of product types and options, coming up with case, integrate with ERP, calculations, and the issues with testing. That was really the pain point. Based on that, we also set the future goals, because we understand that there's also a possibility to show the catalog based where the customer is located. And after running it for a year, we understand that we also can show it more frequent, instead of not only, as I mentioned, for the preferred warehouse, but to show it for even if you don't have the warehouse selected as preferred, because it might be nearby and it might make sense at something. So everyone asked previously about numbers as well. We saw that 10% of our orders were split shipment from the year. We don't know, maybe those orders would be missed if we don't have the availability to back order. And we also see that, I was checking analytics before I made the presentation, that we now have, compared to last year, increased customer count after the checkout, because it seems like customer then it knows what exactly will be with the shipping price once they reach it out. So I think it's a good statistic for B2B. And we have some takeaways that, as I mentioned, the biggest one, that we haven't disabled it. And we have really good, we heard good reviews from the salespersons, because they were now really freed up. They don't need to answer the customer. What's available, where available, can we ship it now, do some small things, and we increase our productivity a lot with this. So I think in overall, it's really good. And no one had blamed. That's pretty good in B2B. So that's it. Thank you all for your time. Any questions? Yep.
Okay, great job. Does anyone have any questions? We have time for a few, but we're also going to get ready for the award ceremony soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, couldn't see.
Oh, it's okay. Is it correct that when a customer chooses to split ship from a further warehouse,
Yeah.
they're going to pay the larger freight amount? That's why you want them to indicate that's what they're okay with.
Yeah, that's why we wanted to
Right.
give the opportunity, because there might be that across the country there might be what they want, and if the
Right.
shipping cost isn't a problem, just bring it on.
So you charge them from wherever it's really shipping, not
Yeah.
from their warehouse.
Yeah,
They pay the extra amount.
yeah,
And that's why you had to make this so transparent.
yes.
But if you had paid the extra amount, this would have been less necessary, perhaps.
But our shipping is really...
It's too expensive.
It's too expensive,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
It's not a small thing to ship. It's like
Right.
big bales of pallets. Someone orders 7 pallets, and it makes a difference, you know.
Because it's truck, yeah.
It's truck, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
There's another question over here.
Do you guys ship, or do you guys sell through the brick and mortars directly? Can customers just walk into one of your locations?
They can. They obviously can. When you go to the checkout step, you can see that you will collect it. And it also allows you, for example, you want collect now and then ship remaining later to your address, you can definitely do it. Because
I mean, can you, without going online to the website at all, can you just go into one of the stores?
we don't have, we are B2B. Only, or you can call in.
Or you can call it, okay. Because I was going to ask about inventory. So there are phone orders coming in
Yeah.
too. So now you have to reconcile inventory with phone orders.
Yeah, but that's ERP stuff. It's not web.
Right. But the ERP controls the inventory numbers, and those
Yes.
are being collected on the website.
These have been shown. Yeah, it's collected, being calculated later on ERP, and then shown website.
So before you had this, all of this was done by your inside sales reps?
Yeah.
And they had to call back and?
Yeah.
Wow.
You go to the checkout, and we see that they dropped off, and it's like you just call in, and you understand, okay, we have quantity there. Maybe you want that.
Yeah.
Imagine like when you have hundreds of orders per day, it's like a lot of work for sales reps. Now they freed up time, and they can like do some more productive stuff.
And what shipping quote system is integrated with your
Shipping
Adobe
quote system. It's a Shipper HQ.
HQ? Yeah, okay, thank you.
Okay, any other questions? Okay, well, great job. Thank you so much.